What's up everyone, it's your girl the Sassy Engineer. One of the questions on people's mind when planning to migrate to New Zealand is, can I bring family? What kind of visa can I support for my family? The answer is yes, you can bring your family to New Zealand, even your girlfriend or your boyfriend. But before I discuss that, how does INZ, Immigration New Zealand, define family? We need to understand this because what is the standard definition of family in your country may or may not apply here in New Zealand. So New Zealand, family is made up of at least one of these categories: dependent children and partnership. Let's explore the easier one first, dependent children. Dependent children are your children, whether biological or adopted. INZ defines dependent children based on their age and the type of visa they apply for. So whether it's a resident visa or a temporary visa, they are not eligible for work visa. For resident visa, your child is dependent if they are 24 and under and single. If they are 18 and over, they must not have children of their own. If they are 21 to 24, they must also rely on you or another adult for financial support. Again, depending on which visa they have applied for. For temporary visa, it's subdivided into two based on the level of study they are going for. For primary or secondary school student visas and visitor visas, your child is dependent if they are 19 and under, they are single and rely on you for financial support. If they are 18 or 19, they must not have children of their own. If they are 20 or older, you cannot include them in your application for a visitor or student visa. They cannot apply for a visitor or student visa based on their relationship with you, unless they meet the requirement for a tertiary student visa. They need to apply for their own visa if they want to join you in New Zealand. Tertiary student visas are there. Your child may be eligible to study as a dependent child at tertiary level if they live in New Zealand with age between 17 and 25 on 1st January 2022 and totally or substantially depend on you for financial support. And lastly, that child is the dependent child of a person who is likely to be eligible for a 2021 resident visa. For more information about requirements and how to apply for dependent children, check the link in the description box. Okay, your dependent child or children can apply for visa in two ways. The first way is you including them in your visa application, or the second way, they apply for their own visa based on their relationship to you. But this only works if you already have a visa, you are applying for a visa, or you are a New Zealand citizen or resident. Now to the slightly complex one, partnership. Well, it's not entirely complex. INZ defines partnership as a couple who have lived together in a genuine and stable relationship in any of the following ways: a legal marriage, a civil union like traditional marriage, a de facto relationship. A de facto relationship is a relationship between two people who usually live together as a couple like marriage or civil union, but they are not married or in a civil union with each other. Simply put, is a couple that is cohabiting. So that's you and your boyfriend that are cohabiting is counted as partnership. Very cool. However, it must be genuine. That is, it has to be entered into on a long-term and exclusive basis, so no philandering, and stable, meaning it is likely to continue for a long time, and you must be able to prove it. How? Living together. Living together means sharing the same home as your partner, not having your own individual house, or visiting each other frequently. You need to live together. I hear a minimum of 1 year is common. This also does not include living as flatmates in the same house. If your partner is a New Zealand citizen or already holds a New Zealand visa, he or she becomes your supporting partner. You and your supporting partner must be aged 18 or over, or have the consent of your parents or guardians if you are 16 or 17. Interesting. No child of mine, but I digress. You and your partner must have met each other before applying for a visa based on your partnership. You and your partner must not be close relatives. For culturally arranged marriage, like what are we going to if the man does not propose? The rules are different. You will first need to apply for a culturally arranged marriage visitor visa to either come to New Zealand after getting married via traditional arranged marriage, or to come to New Zealand and be married. This will give you a 3-month visitor visa to begin living with your partner. After that, you can apply for a partnership visa. I won't go into much detail, but I'll add the link in the description box to explore. There is evidence you need to provide to prove to INZ that your partnership is genuine and stable. Let's see them. So the evidence you need to provide needs to show that others recognize your partnership, which means that you will need to get your friends or family or someone to confirm, you know, vouch for you in sort of letter that they recognize your relationship between you and your partner, and that you make decisions and plans together. So basically, maybe you go on trips together, you pay bills together, all those, you know, life decisions, and you spend leisure time together. This one is like all those travel and all those stuff. You maybe Airbnb bookings, pictures and all that. And if you have children, that you parent together. So some of the evidence can include, especially for official evidence like marriage or civil union, you have your marriage certificate or civil union certificate, birth certificate of children if you share any joint rental. For instance, you guys hired a studio together, it has to be joint rental. Just show that both of you pay bills. You could even have a joint account, joint bank accounts, and if you bought houses together, that too can count. Utilities, all those things. And other evidence includes like social media conversations. So a lot of people are here use their WhatsApp conversations, their Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, wherever you guys chat. Make sure you have those receipts. They need to see receipts that you've been chatting. It's just other evidence that would, you know, support. It's not exactly compulsory, but it will go a long way in supporting your visa application. If you have not always lived together, there are other information that you should provide. So it says here that if you and your partner have spent time living apart, you should provide information about your separation. That's why are you two living apart, how long have you been living apart, and how have you been keeping in touch while living apart, because this will tell them how this living apart influences or has impacted on your relationship. Is the relationship still genuine and stable? So the whole goal is to prove that it's genuine and stable. And this is how INZ assesses your relationship. So when they are looking at the partnership, they'll consider things like how long you've been together. Like I said, usually people have a minimum of 1 year, but it will vary case by case, okay? But usually at least 1 year. How committed you are to life together. If you have any children, what is the arrangement if you are not staying together and all that. Whether other people recognize your relationship. And this is very important because you need other people to know that you two are in a relationship. So you will get at least 2 or as many people as you can to attest to that your relationship. And if everyone around you does not feel you're in a genuine and stable relationship, that becomes a problem. You need that person to be able to attest to you that you guys have been together, and from what I'm looking at, is going to be, this is a forever ride. Because remember, your relationship has to be genuine and stable. So they need to see that you are in the relationship for the long ride. Abi? Yes. It's not off and on and all that. And no philandering, because when you are philandering and people around you see that you are philandering, they will just assume that this one will break up tomorrow. That is not a genuine and stable relationship. So they also see like what your living and financial arrangements are. Remember I said you have to live together, not as flatmates. So how long have you been living together as a couple? Do you share common household tasks? Do you support each other financially? And all those things. So these are just ways they assess you. So you need to provide evidence to be able to back up these ways so that you don't give any room for doubt. So that's all the intricacies involved in family business. Now you know how INZ defines family. Check out my channel to know if you qualify to bring your family with your visa, what visa you can apply for your dependent child or partner if you're on a work visa or a student visa. Also like, share and subscribe to this video. Until next time, I'm the Sassy Engineer. Ciao.